Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Sherry and this is Sherry's Island. So today I have a painting video for you guys, and this is a video on how to draw or how to paint a cake. This is a cake painting that I did. Well, my nails match the bottom part of the cake. So this is a painting that was inspired by my very strong love for cake. And I thought I would do an acrylic painting of it to commemorate my affection for this pastry item. Is it a pastry? I don't know, it doesn't matter. So I love cake and I decided to paint it. That's the very real reason why I did this painting. If you want to know how to paint this cake on canvas using acrylic paint, then stay tuned. I will show you all the steps. The first step is to sketch everything out with pencil. It's important to keep in mind that you want the first oval to be parallel to the second oval that is drawn below, so that the cake looks symmetrical. Okay, this is really important. And I would say that this painting is a simple painting, very easy, so even people with little or no drawing experience, you can do. So that's why I'm explaining this. So I think it's very important that the cake is symmetrical. So the top oval has to be the same size as the bottom oval, and then you'll connect the ends with a straight line. Okay, and also the cake has to be on a plate, so I chose to do this really cute scalloped plate on the bottom. Now at this point you can add decorations to the cake. So for example, the middle filling, I put, a strawberry, I don't know, whipped cream or whatever, it's pink, in there. And then you can also put whatever decoration you want on the top of the cake. For me personally, I am a huge fan of strawberry shortcake, so I put tons of strawberries on there, and then the little sticks that you see on top, those are chocolates and whipped cream, that the chocolates are sitting on. So that's my personal favorite cake. In hindsight, it doesn't look perfect, it doesn't look amazing or beautiful, but it just always reminds me of a cake that I get for my birthday with my mom. So that's why I chose to draw it that way. And also strawberries, of course. So for whatever decorations you draw, just keep in mind that whatever is closer to the viewer is bigger. So you'll notice that the strawberries in the front are larger than strawberries in the back. If you line them up side by side, these strawberries are supposed to be the same size, but because of the perspective issue, the closer ones look bigger than the farther ones. So next we want to do the first layer of paint. first layer, it's best to do the paint as smoothly as possible. This is not going to be the final product, so it's better if there are no ridges or patterns that must be covered up later. It's just easier. Keep that in mind. Even though acrylic is very opaque, it does get hard to cover up a dark color. So if you want something white but you have black underneath, for example, it's really hard to use the white to cover up that black. For my particular cake, because I am doing a strawberry shortcake, so there's lots of whipped cream and the whipped cream is white, so in order to do shadows on the white, I used blue instead of like black, because I think black is too harsh. So I ended up covering a lot of it later, so you know, in the beginning it kind of looks weird, there's a bunch of blue on the cake, but eventually it'll look fine. So it's important to do multiple layers because sometimes the details will be really hard to do with the first layer at least, and also to get the exact shade of color you want. So that's what I did with the plate, and the plate went through several different shades of yellow until finally I was happy with kind of the pastel-y yellow that I have in my final product. In hindsight, scallop plates are pretty hard to draw because you have to draw all the edges and there is lots of room for error. And if you go over the scallop, or if the brush goes over, then game over. You need to wait for it to dry and then like paint over it again. So it's a lot of work. So if you are looking for something a bit easier, I would recommend just doing round plates, you know, no scalloping. Finally, I was doing a lot of color correcting for the background color. As you can tell, the background went through several shades of green until I was happy with the final kind of very light yellow shade of green that finishes this painting. So, oh, and one more thing I wanted to add is that I made sure to texturize the white on my cake. Like if you touch it, it's raised, so it's a little bit 3D, a little bit. And that's on purpose. That is also why my white runs out so fast. But you know, it's whipped cream. I wanted it to seem more creamy and more texture and just have something very interesting to look at on the painting. And there you go, that's the cake painting. It's very easy. You'll be able to complete it in 3 coats, 2 if you're very careful and you're using, you know, very easy shapes so that there's less room for error and you just got the shade, the background shade right in your first or second try, not like me. I tried a few times until I was happy with the green, final green color. In hindsight, if I could do it all over again, I would have made the cake a lot bigger and have it take up way more of the painting. But you know, there are no do-overs in life. So this is the painting that we're left with. I am kind of happy with it, kind of not happy with it. And because I'm only somewhat satisfied by this, stay tuned for part 2 where I will use gouache to do a rendition of it on another piece of paper, not canvas this time. I'm really excited to try my new gouache paint, so it's definitely coming. Keep an eye out for that. If you would like to see more content from me, and if you would like to be notified every time I post a video, then please subscribe and hit that notification button. If you like this video, please give it a like, comment if you have anything to say or if you have any suggestions. I'm happy to look at them and answer them or respond to them as they come. My uploading schedule is rather messed up. I don't have a fixed schedule because my life is a mess. Yeah, that's real. That's realistic. So my aim is to do at least 2 videos a month. sometimes more if I have more time. I don't know what time in the month I'm posting. I could post like twice in the last week of the month, or spread that out a little bit. But if you like my content and if you would like to see more from me, then definitely subscribe so that you know when I'm posting and you can tune in for my new videos. So until then, hope you stay well, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.